Hi there, this is Andrew from laptopreviews.com, and I have here with me today two very similar laptops. On the left hand side is the HP Pavilion M6, and on the right hand side is the HP Pavilion dv6. These are both 15.6 inch screen laptops, and they're both from the Pavilion line. There's a slight difference between them in that you can get different configuration options, and the M6 is slimmer and lighter than the dv6. So just to prove that we are looking at different laptops here, you see at the top there it says M6, and over here we have the Pavilion dv6. So I'm just going to go over some of the differences between these two laptops. As if you're deciding between these two, as they're very similar, you might want to know what some of the different features are and what the pluses and minuses of each are. First of all, let's talk about the design of these two laptops. The dv6 and the M6 are exactly the same looking. You can see the brushed metal finish is the same on each of the lids. It's a dark midnight black color. And then you get the same silver HP logo. If I come down and open the lids on these, you'll see there's the same silver trim around the edges here. And then, excuse me while I open that, you get the same Beats audio on both of these, so you get that logo, and again the same brush metal finish on the palm rest area and throughout. So in terms of design, we have exactly the same design used on each. There really is no difference. Let's talk real quick about the thickness and weight of these two. So on the left is the Pavilion M6 and on the right is the dv6. The Pavilion M6 is slimmer at 1.04 inches, whereas the dv6 is 1.22 inches. So the M6 is about 0.2 inches slimmer. And that's the whole selling point here that HP has, is the M6 is sort of a slim profile 15-inch laptop, but still quite powerful, and you still get the optical drive. So it's a little hard to tell, but I think you can see there that the M6 on the left is indeed slimmer. Now, let's just put these on the scale to prove that the M6 is indeed lighter. So the M6, according to HP, weighs in at about 5.29 pounds. So let's test that out. See if they're telling the truth there. And it's a little hard to see because of the way I have this here. Actually, if I spin it around and put the battery at the back, it'll be easier to do here. So yeah, 5.1 pounds. So 5.1 pounds there is actually lighter than what HP said at 5.2 pounds. So we'll call it the M6 5.1 pounds. And now let's get the dv6 into the picture here and weigh it. And 5.45 pounds according to my scales here. So it's a minimal difference of 0.4 pounds or so, but once you pick these laptops up, you can tell to a degree, and 5.1 pounds for a 15-inch laptop is actually pretty good. So the M6 is a fairly light 15.6-inch screen laptop. So let's look at the ports you get on each of these laptops. I have the dv6 on top of the M6 here. So on the left side it's almost exactly the same. You get a VGA monitor out, HDMI, Ethernet port. You'll notice on the M6 at the bottom it's not covered, whereas on the dv6 you have this cover. Then you have USB 3.0, two of them in there, and then on the dv6 you have a headphone and microphone port separated, and on the M6 it's a dual headphone microphone port. So if we rotate around here onto the front side, it's a little hard to see, but you get a media card reader in the same locations here on the M6 and dv6 on the left front side. And if I rotate around to the right side, you'll see that there's a USB 3.0 port, a USB 2.0 port, and then just the power jack, and each come with an optical drive. That can either be DVD burner or Blu-ray, and there's no ports on the back of this laptop, either of them. So just to show the bottom here, I have a sticky label covering up the Windows stickers there. The M6 has a Beats audio subwoofer integrated, and so does a dv6. So you have a subwoofer built in for extra bass there. You can easily take off this panel here on the dv6 to access the hard drive, memory, and PCIe slot, and on the M6 you have the same access, and you can easily pop out the battery as well, and you can either upgrade to a 9-cell or 6-cell. On the dv6, same thing, you can pop out the battery and put in a 6-cell or a 9-cell. So I just want to talk about the performance features of each of these, and I'll just pan around so you can get some closer looks in here. So the M6 is available with up to a Core i7 processor. Specifically, it's a Core i7 Core i7 3820QRM. So you cannot get the quad-core processor on the M6. However, with the dv6 you can get up to a Core i7 38QM, so you can get a quad-core processor on the dv6. With the Pavilion M6, as far as graphics, you can get up to an AMD 7670, while on the dv6 you can get up to an NVIDIA 650M, which is a more powerful card. So on the whole, the dv6 is more configurable up to a higher end configuration. The screen is 15.6 inch on each of these, and glossy, as you can tell, getting a lot of reflections here. On the dv6, however, you have the option to upgrade to a 1920 by 1080 full HD screen that is matte, so it would not be as reflective, and that is a great screen. I have some early videos demonstrating that. Each of these laptops have a built-in number pad on the keyboard, and you do have a backlighting feature that's standard on the M6 and is optional on the dv6. The touch pads are exactly the same, and you get a fingerprint reader on both of these. So really the dv6 is the more configurable and potentially more powerful option, whereas the M6 is kind of the slimmer option, slightly lighter, that can still certainly be powerfully configured, but it might appeal more to those that want kind of a slightly lighter laptop. But other than that, the Pavilion M6 and dv6 are very close in design and build. Both are premium build laptops. They will certainly last you, if you're looking for one of these for 4 years of college, they certainly should fit the bill there, and as long as you take pretty good care of them. They're well built, and they have aluminum chassis and aluminum covered skins as well. So I'll have further reviews on both of these if you check out laptopreviews.com.